Young Frankenstein. Oh God, no. No, 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 no. Oh goodness gracious. Gosh darn it. No, man. I said the name wrong. I said it wrong. It's not how he wants his name pronounced. Let's go.
I'm so wasted.
I'm sponsored by God.
Directed by Mel Brooks, starring Gene Wilder, Madeline Kahn, Marty Feldman, Peter Boyle, and Terry Garr. Young Frankenstein is a comedy. Now, the premise of this movie is Frankenstein's grandson, Frederick Frankenstein, as he likes to call himself, is a neurosurgeon who is given his grandfather's will, and he gets to go to the castle where Frankenstein was. And as soon as he gets to the castle in Transylvania, things go pretty haywire, and they get very, 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 very funny. Now let me give you my non-spoiler review first. This movie is a wittily directed and wittily written story that is just, you're laughing. The movie starts off relatively serious. I mean, there's some humor in it, I guess, from the very beginning, but once you actually start heading towards the castle, you meet Igor and everything, that's when this movie becomes just an absolutely hilarious film. The comedy in this movie is often very absurd and cleverly stupid. Mel Brooks is a genius, that's all I have to say. This is probably, I think, the first Mel Brooks movie I've actually seen. Yeah, I'm behind. But I will definitely be watching more. Blazing Saddles is probably next. Now, the other strengths of Young Frankenstein are in the performances. Gene Wilder is a boss. He's kind of a really odd-looking guy, and he's so good at everything. Like, he's a great dramatic actor, and he's incredible comedic actor. I loved him in this movie. Madeline Kahn in this movie I also thought was very good. She played Gene Wilder's, Frankenstein's bride-to-be, who was kind of clearly just in it for the money. She's got an interesting arc in this movie, I guess you could say. And she pulled it off very well. She was very, very hysterically funny. And Marty Feldman as Igor was really weird looking. And just incredibly funny. And just so funny. Yeah, wow. Yeah, very, extremely unique. And Terry Garr as Young Frankenstein's assistant, Inga, was very beautiful and a great addition to this awesome comedic cast. And of course, we can't forget the monster in this, played by Peter Boyle. His singing voice was like no other I have ever heard. Also, Inspector Kemp, played by Kenneth Mars, was, wow. Just wow. Overall, what I would say for my non-spoiler review of this movie, we're going to get to spoilers here in a little bit, Young Frankenstein is just, it's one of the funniest comedies out there. Also, the fourth wall breaks in this movie are just, they're perfect. This is the perfect kind of movie to watch at like a big party or something with a bunch of people. Like I watched this movie with like 6 other dudes on my birthday, my 19th birthday party, and we had a blast. It was the first movie I'd ever seen by Mel Brooks, and none of us had seen it. And it was a great time. We all laughed our butts off. So my score for Young Frankenstein is an A+. I could just give it like an A to be like, oh, well, you know, it's, no, it's an A+. Now we're gonna talk spoilers. In my intro to this review, whenever I said, let's go, that was the first moment in the movie, for me at least, where I really laughed hard, because Gene Wilder's, the way he said that line, executed that line, was just, it was so funny, and that whole first scene where you actually first meet Igor, if you want to pronounce it that way, firmly convinced me that this was going to be a hell of a great comedy, and I was going to laugh a lot. And I certainly did. Some of my favorite fourth wall breaks were, I love the one where the monster slowly looks at the camera when he's with the little girl, and she's like, what else can we throw down the well? And he's just like, and of course, the one at the end, whenever you find out that Gene Wilder, he managed to get the monster's special package in the Down Under transferred to him, and he just, you know, he looks at the camera and he just zooms in, and it's all like, And then, you know, she starts singing. Clearly, the guy had a big one. Another thing I loved about this movie, and I gotta touch on this because it's in relation to that, this movie went for it. I mean, it went for it. The monster, it had like a little bit of a thing going with Frankenstein's fiance. If you know what I mean. I was not expecting that. The pure shock value of the monster doing it with her was shocking. And then the thing at the end with Gene Wilder was also shocking. But it was so funny. This movie was genius. Like Igor's like changing hump, you know, it was on this side, it was on this side, and it was almost like you thought there were like two Igors, but you know, it's just, and also Igor was just so weird. He was so weird. What was the part where he like growled and bit the like fur pelt on what's her name? Elizabeth, soon to be Elizabeth Frankenstein. Of course, that doesn't happen. But yeah, whenever he bites her pelt and just goes, just it was so bizarre. As I said before, Young Frankenstein is an A+ comedy. You've got to go out and watch it. Watch it with a bunch of people. It's a great classic. It is a classic comedy. It's not dated. You will love it. You will love it. And you will love me for telling you to watch it. So... and you know, I need love. I need a lot of love. So anyways, to end, have you seen Young Frankenstein? If so, comment below and tell me what you thought of it. And as always, if you liked this video, please like it and subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. And...